following announcement has been paid for by the Mike World Order. Tonight marks 6 years of when I first started chasing a dream, something that most people thought was probably the dumbest thing ever. But now, 6 years later, surprisingly, it's still relevant. Welcome to year 6 of the Mike Cook Guys podcast. August of 2013 was when I first started having enough courage to do what I wanted to do, because I kept listening to everybody else's. And they're like, well, Mike, how come you haven't thought of one? Good idea. Good idea. So, as mentioned, this is Golden Week. Golden Week. So it'll be 3 nights worth of podcasting, starting with night 1. And, you know, night 1, I couldn't have chose, you know, there's a lot of people I could have chose for night 1. I'm not going to lie. But this person, he stood out the most. Like, a lot of people don't know about, you know, my past, and they don't need to know at this point. But I can tell you this. There's been nobody outside of family that is supported and had my back like this kid has. He is like, and I'm not just saying just him, even his own family. That says a lot. That says a whole lot. And he's also the first official member of the club, the Mike World Order. Too sweet me. Everybody's watching on live. Too sweet me. Thank you. So, I would like to introduce you guys to my little buddy. And there's a backstory to this nickname. Give it up for Hangman Lee in the house, y'all. Hangman Lee, welcome to the show.
Greetings to Mike World Order. I am Hangman Lee. That's right. It's an honor to be on here with you, Cook. It really is.
I know, man. It's finally able to get you on here, but also for the record, I need you to talk a little bit louder.
All right.
Talk like you got some nuts in you.
All right, I'll see what I can do.
All right, so that's much better. So, tonight's episode, like I said, it's the first night of Golden Week, and you know, we're gonna talk some topics of back in the day, talk about current stuff that's, you know, we're going through, and also a confession from him, as well as a confession from me that's in the same league. So it's one of those things where, hey, bro, you're not alone. We're gonna go through this together, man. So, how's things going on your end, bro?
I mean, you know how it is. You gotta live life a day at a time. But like you said, I wanted to talk to y'all about this girl. We're gonna call her codename Silver. That's gonna be her name for the show.
Codename Silver.
Um,
I hold silver.
and the reason that I gave her codename Silver is that her eyes are like mine. They change colors, and there's one color that we share together that I don't see very common, and that's a silverish bluish color that it's like a tent that it just shines in the light. And it's ironic that I say that because amidst all the darkness that can be of this world, this girl has brought a lot of light at one time. And I cannot say enough how appreciative I am of that. But even with this last girl that I dated, she seemed like she was everything to me. She seemed like she was the greatest. But this girl, Silver, puts her to shame. But,
Oh, wow.
and y'all, you know I don't say stuff like that just to say it. If I say something, I mean it. Always have, always will.
Yeah, and I mean that's one of your qualities. You've always been a straight-laced guy, and it's not often you would open up and show your emotions. Because I remember you. You was like the quiet white kid. No pun intended for anyone who's trying to put the race card on me. But, he was. And then all of a sudden, we got to know each other just from one short conversation. And that was the start of a adventurous friendship, even all the way to almost damn near dying in a water park in Myrtle Beach.
Still one of the greatest memories.
Yeah, one of the greatest memories that you took a great sacrifice for being a very pale-skinned brethren.
Yeah, that's the truth.
Yeah, no kidding, man. I remember like drowning you in sunscreen, and I'm like, you still got sunburn?
Like SPF 70.
Yeah, like if that was the case, we're just gonna dunk you in the tub of it.
Yeah, somehow it didn't work. But
Yeah.
you know what? I grew strength because of it.
Yeah, no kidding. You was like a zebra that week. You was like a zebra, and we were both mesmerized by a certain teacher's swimsuit.
I love how she acted like she didn't know what she was doing, but she knew exactly what she was doing.
Oh, of course. Like, come on now. No, don't be playing innocent with me. I watch enough Lifetime movies. You ain't fooling me, okay? Y'all women ain't fooling me. Like, I'll tell you, for example, when I was coming back from my flight from South Carolina, coming back to Virginia, so originally I was sitting by this white chick. She was taller than me. Nice body. And it's funny, women crack me up when they wear the leggings that you can see through the underwear color and everything. But you get mad because we're looking. It's right there, And she had on a pair. It was, there's something about animal print that just make me go, oh. And she had that on. I could see through it. But she wasn't comfortable sitting next to me because I had a window seat. And she wanted a window seat. And I was like, you can take my window seat. And she's like, no, you don't understand. I know you're a big guy, and you look comfortable right now. So I'm going to trade seats with my mom so I can get a window seat. So, because it was pretty much how the road was. It was originally the mom, the dad, then the daughter, then me. But the mom ended up sitting by me. And the mom looked way better than the daughter did. Only difference was she had on leggings. She didn't have no underwear on.
Huh.
I wasn't mad either. And you know what's funny?
Yeah.
It's funny how, you have some, races that they don't like even being touched by another race. Like, yeah, some people, I don't want that Mexican dude touching me. Or I don't want that black girl touching me. Or, stuff like that. I don't want that white dude high-fiving me. Stuff like that. Dumb shit. But I felt that vibe on her. But then on the flight when I fell asleep, next thing you know, I was only asleep for like 20 minutes. I wake up, this woman is all up on my shoulder and arm asleep. I'm looking over on the other side. Her husband's asleep, the daughter's asleep. I'm like, okay. I froze. I stayed in the same spot until the end of the flight because God forbid I move. And she's like, oh my gosh, he tried to touch me. He touched me. I feel disgusted. Like, God forbid that happen. But mom was fine, though.
But, see, a lot of the females of South Carolina, they like to pull the, I know what I'm doing, but I don't want you to look at what I'm doing. It's like, either you do it or you don't, whether or not I look or not, that's my decision. And you can get hurt by it, I'll get hurt by it, but it's cool.
First,
y'all might not like me for that, but it's the truth.
I agree with you. Tenfold.
Like, look, if you don't want to look and don't do stuff like that, that's just... But now, back to Silver. This girl, you know, I don't, like you said earlier, I don't show emotion a whole lot. I try not to express it, but even with this last girl, the girl before Silver, before I met Silver, I don't cry in front of people. I normally don't. Unless something dramatic happens. And then usually I'll cry in front of my parents or my family, but never somebody that I either like or one of my friends. Because, like, have you ever seen me cry?
Nope.
My point, and this man is my best friend. But I want to say it was either last night or the night before. I was on the phone with this girl because I had so much on my mind thinking about her and thinking about my ex and how alike they were, but how different they were. And I was, little did she know, I was actually crying on the phone with her, talking to her about how I felt and why I was mad at myself because of how I felt. But not even 10 minutes later, this girl's got me smiling and laughing and joking around like nothing just happened. And that's the effect that she has on me. That's another reason why I call her Silver, because she's magical. I don't know what it is, but whatever it is, I'm happy for it. There ain't many people I'll take on the world for. Not without you asking. Cook, he knows I got his back, no matter what. That's how that is. This girl, me and her met through a mutual friend. And somehow, through the little bit of contact that we had a small friendship between us. But through the last few weeks of me talking to her recently, I've never felt such a strong connection between two people, to the point to where what my ex did to me barely bothers me anymore, because I think about how this girl makes me feel now. And if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be in the situation that I am now to be able to talk to her. And that's why I've always told everyone, if somebody hurts you, don't curse them. If somebody damages you, don't banish them. Because in all reality, they did you a favor. They made you stronger, and they made you who you are today. And you will continue to grow from that. Like the other day, I made a post on Facebook saying it's strange when I think back, and I have to thank everyone, including the people that hurt me, especially the people that hurt me, because they made me who I am, and I'm proud of that. Because if I wasn't the man I am today, I doubt strongly that the girl I'm talking to now would even look in my general direction.
Yeah, because you got that confidence glowing like a diamond in the sky, dog.
Well, somebody's got it.
I know, right? And you know, it's one of those things we've always talked about, situations where, you know, it's always an open door policy, judgment-free zone. That's just how we roll. Damn, just you talking about your situation kind of puts my situation to shame too. And it's like, now, can I top that? Hell no. Only my beard can.
Look, we're not here to chop each other's swords. We're not here to see who's growing more. We're just here to talk, and that's what we're here to do.
Look, the only time
like you said,
the only time we had a contest was at the Golden Gate Bridge. All right. I won by half an inch, and I got lucky.
Well, it was cold.
And it was deep too. For those who don't know, Hangman Lee's nickname, deprived on the story where me and him on a field trip went to the Golden Gate Bridge, and they wouldn't let us go to the bathroom, so we broke away from the crowd, and we're on the bridge, and seeing all that water, we had to pee. So we were both looking out for each other. So I took mine out and I had to go pee. He took his out, he had to go pee. And the first thing he said was, "Dang, Cook, this water cold." And I looked over at him, I said, "Yeah, and it's deep too."
Oh my God.
And that's how the Hangman Lee name has pretty much been etched into history. But it's funny you mention about, admirers, women that you want to be with. It's very similar to my situation. And, I might as well be truthful with it. So I was in a tale of two worlds. There was two women back and forth I was having feelings for. One of them was more forbidden fruit. But at the same time, she was like a best friend. And I knew the moment that was going to happen, it was doomed. And I almost ruined a friendship because of that. I'm glad we're still friends. But, it is what it is. But I look at it like this. The next woman I want to be with, she's the one that's going to give the approval. Because she still is a very loyal friend. But the other chick, who has a code name of her own, which I got to think of a different one because the original one I ain't saying. So
yeah, let's not.
I'm just going to say code name Cute Nerd Woman.
It's a long code name, but
we've been chatting for like a good chunk of time, and I remember when I first saw her when they were giving a tour of my work facility, and the moment I saw her, I was like, I'm thinking in the back of my mind, like, and I'm saying this as if I'm talking to someone, but it's in my mind. It's like, you see that woman over there? She looked good. She looked real good. And I ain't even saying it from a sexual point of view. There was just something about her that it triggered me. I mean, she just had that, what's the word I can think of? That sassy Southern belle look. Because she had like the honey blonde hair. She was just downright adorable, man. Like, I don't know what it was about her. She just had this like inner cuteness that just triggered me. And I remember when I told one of my friends about it, they were like, "But yo, she a white chick. I thought you were into Latinas." I said, "You know what? Going back, it's bunny hunting time." I don't know. I mean, that was what I said jokingly, but I've been chatting with this woman, and just the interests have been growing and growing, and it's like, I really, really want to get with this woman. Like, just her whole aura about her. And it's crazy. She don't see what I see. 'Cause I tell
Do
her
they
all the
ever?
I tell her all the time, like, woman, you are straight up goals. And she don't believe it.
Do they ever, though?
Some do, some don't.
None that I've ever told.
The ones that do, they're very arrogant and shady about it. The ones
Like
that,
me.
yeah, definitely you. But
You can call me arrogant, you can call me cocky. You know what I'm going to say? You're right.
you're right, because you can back it up, you know.
Exactly.
And mind you, this is coming from a guy who used to wear a T-shirt that said "Stealing the Show and Your Girlfriend." I still got that shirt.
I believe it.
But yeah, I mean, like, I doubted she would hear this podcast, but like, she don't know. For the month of August, I got something big planned for her. She don't know it yet, but she's also one that don't like surprises. So I pretty much have thrown hints. That way, when it actually happens, she don't freak out and be like, "Oh my god! Oh 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 my god!" You know,
Yeah.
because I after my last ex a couple of years ago, I said to myself, I would never, ever, 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 ever be romantic towards a woman ever again. And next thing you know, she had to come in. I'm like, for real?
Ain't that the truth?
Ain't that the truth?
That's how I was. After this last one, I was like, nah, I'm not dating nobody else from Buford. I'm not staying here. I'm moving to Tennessee. I'll wait till I get there. And this girl comes out of nowhere and hits me like a semi.
Literally.
You know what? But you know what? I'm glad she did. I really am. Because without her knowing it, she gave me the confidence that I needed back again. Because I was in a dark place after dating that last girl, and with your help and with hers, I've been able to get back to the way I was, and I'm really happy. I really am. And like you were saying earlier that you really want to get with that chick, I really want to get with this one. Because I've never met a female that makes me that happy. I just have not. Without her even trying, she enlightens my day to a point where I can actually smile to the point where it hurts.
Yeah, because I remember one day you were talking to me, and you sent me a photo, and I'm like, bruh, if I had a jackhammer right now, that'd probably be the only way I can chisel that smile on your face.
Man, I was so happy. Like, because I am entirely happy with the little bit of conversation that we have now, because with me working and her being busy with her friends and stuff, it makes it a little bit more difficult to talk. But with the little bit of time that I do have to talk to her, I really do appreciate it. I really do. I really appreciate her just stopping and listening to my stories, even though sometimes they can drag on. I repeat myself a lot, as y'all have probably noticed by now.
Yeah.
But it means a lot for someone to just stop and listen. And there's only been 2 people that have done that other than family, and that is you, and that is her. And whenever I say that I want to be with her, I mean it. Whether I've made it clear to her or not, I'm going to make it perfectly clear now. And hopefully she's watching this, and hopefully she sees and understands what I'm saying.
Yeah,
And honestly,
because she's probably wondering, what the hell is this guy doing with this championship belt as you were talking. I mean, I was listening, but...
oh, yeah. Because I may be the one and only Hangman Lee, but you're still a champ.
Yeah, I'm a champion. I just want to say, as United States heavyweight champion, vote for me in 2020. I plan on being your champion forever, and I will build a wall around all my emotions. Magusta. You know what I'm saying?
Ah,
Just letting that be known. For all you people out there, vote for me. Vote for me. Keep watching my podcast. Keep buying my merchandise. I got a kid to feed that ain't mine.
you know, you got your president of Buford, the Mike World Order over here.
That's
I got
right.
you.
That's right. You gotta represent that club love, man, you know, and get their hearts racing. And your baggy
And my
jeans.
baggy jeans.
And I'm not gonna sing the song.
Me neither.
You fools are not worried. Nah, I think it's because I've been coming up with so many different songs. Like recently. So you ever heard that song "Bad Guy" by Billie Eilish?
By Billie Eilish? No.
Eilish or whatever. Okay, so
No, I have not.
yo, she is a weird chick, but she's kind of hot. So, I mean, that's one way to explain it. She's
Yeah,
hot, but
she's
you know,
weird. She's weird.
yeah. So there was one day I was going in the break room and I had that song playing. It started playing, and then she came in the same time, and she like saw me, and of course, her being her usual goofy self, you know, she saw me and was like, I was like, "Hey, you good?" She said, "Yeah, that was just my way of saying hi," and she was like rushing out, but it looked like she almost hit the door. She won't admit it, but she almost hit that door, you know, like I saw it, you know. But because of that, the song was playing in the background. And the funny part was, you know, the first verse is like white shirt and something, something. And she had on a white shirt with words on it. And I'm like, huh. And it was funny because earlier that morning, I was talking to her about the phantom theory in terms of social life. Because people, they see me as this big, angry-looking brown guy or black guy, whatever you people think I am. Because of it, until they get to know me, then they're like in shock when they're like, "Oh my gosh, we didn't know you're that type of guy." They just went to the quick assumption I'm like Shrek. So
That's too accurate, though.
yeah, it is. So when I told her that, then I started like picking up on the verses of, you know, Billie Eilish's song "Bad Guy," and I ended up remaking it to my own parody. Like seriously, I made a parody of it and did my own lyrics and everything. Like I redid everything. And I would be crazy enough to sing it right now because every time I hear that song, it reminds me of her.
Well, if you want, you got a crowd.
Really, you're gonna do this to me. You're
You
really,
ain't gotta.
you're
You
really
ain't
gonna.
gotta.
No, I don't like getting punked out.
I'm just saying, you don't have to sing it.
I don't want to be punked out. I feel like if I don't, then I'm gonna be punked out for it, and
I'm not gonna punk you out.
I ain't no punk.
I ain't gonna punk you out.
I ain't no punk though.
I can't speak for the order, but I ain't gonna do it.
I
I know
mean,
you ain't a punk.
yeah,
If you
that's
don't feel
right.
like singing, you don't feel like singing. That's just how that is.
Yeah, and plus I ain't got the lyrics on me. I didn't write down the lyrics. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You guys aren't going to get a concert tonight, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
say the rest
We're
of that.
not going to say the rest.
Nope,
We're not going to say the rest of this.
definitely not.
You
But that's
Yeah, just look. We'll just keep it at the basic now. Just turn around. That's all I'm gonna say. Just turn
Yeah.
around.
so. I find it funny. Before in 8th grade, when you met me, I was a quiet kid that didn't really talk to a whole lot of people, but I always had somebody at my side.
Yeah,
I went from the quiet kid that's always got somebody at my side to the kid that won't shut up that always has somebody at my side.
hey, I was cool with that. You were good company with me.
Yeah, whenever I'm at work, it's bad. Because whenever you can read somebody's facial expressions, it's you pick up on little things, and the females that come into my job and they come through, they'll be having like the worst day. I'll see them pull into the gate, they'll be all kind of mad. They pull up to me and load it, and all of a sudden they got this big behind smile on their face and everything else, and I'm just like, what happened to that kid in the 8th grade that nobody would look twice at? And I figured it out. I definitely figured it out.
What, they saw the bulge in your face?
What'd you say?
Nothing.
Nah, I figured out that it was Cook. Because Cook, in 8th grade, all the way up till now, and still continuing, he is teaching me how to use my confidence as an asset versus coming off as cocky and everything else and it being bad. Now, if I do it, it's a good thing. And it works.
I mean, that's the point of it, right?
I mean, yeah. I always had one question, though, that I always asked every female that I ever talked to. What was my greatest weapon that I could use? Now, I've been told stuff like my eyes, my hugs, the way that I hold someone. See, all that's all nice. But what is my greatest asset? I mean, yeah, I can hold you nice. I can give you nice hugs. My eyes, sure, they can be pretty or whatever. But what about me as a person did you enjoy the most? And I asked one girl that, she looked at me and she went, well, it was your confidence. Normally, somebody that confident, not arrogant, would get on my nerves, but with you, I don't know what it was, but something about it just made me like you. Because I'll be the first to admit it, I can get annoying with it. Do I care? Not really.
Nah.
But
And all I can say is thank God you're not watching the live video. Otherwise, I'd pretty much threw the answer out there.
yeah, probably. Yeah.
I'm sure you'll watch the video afterwards.
Yeah, I probably will. But, because like I told you, before we did this, I'm going to go back and watch the episode over again anyway. I try to watch as many of these episodes as I can, even with this one, even though I'm in it and I know what's happening when it happens. I'd still like to see it and have that verification.
I can relate to that.
Because there's nothing like going through and seeing your work come to fruition. And so I always like to see what I've accomplished. And to me, this is a big accomplishment for me because not only am I on a podcast, I'm on a podcast with my best friend, which is something that I planned on doing for a very long time.
Yeah.
And what better time to do it than the Golden Week?
Yeah, 6-year anniversary. Nobody saw it happening. But you know what? It happened. It happened. All of y'all who didn't say it was going to happen, it happened. And that's
It
cool.
happened for 6 years. And it's still going to keep happening.
For probably another 6 years, unless I get a government job. Then I have to shut this shit down. Be like, look, somebody find this Hangman Lee. Is he on the hub? It's like, is he an actual?
Who is this fool?
It's like, is he a cowboy? Like, they're gonna be asking those questions. But you know what? It's all good because at the end of the day, I'm Big Mike, you're Hangman Lee, and You know, the world's just going to have to accept people like us.
Accept it, embrace it, and respect it.
And love it. Can't forget that part. But Lee,
You know,
it's been a half hour. It's time to give the final salute. Appreciate you being on night one. It's been a pleasure, man. That, you know, like I said, you're pretty much the kickoff, man. Now it's gonna be interesting when tomorrow night, my buddy Rod, he's night 2. He's gonna have to follow this. This is gonna be a tough act to follow. It's gonna be you know, neck and neck. But that being said, Lee, thanks for being on the show. And for everyone that's listening, you watched the episode long enough, so you're about to accept it. So you're about to expect what's going to happen next for going on 6 more years to another 6 more years. Thank you guys for listening. Tomorrow night is night 2. And then Thursday night is night 3, which will be a new episode of the Mike Cook Guys podcast. Because technically, this is not part of season 6. This is just something extra. This is my way of saying thank you to everyone. So, while I'm also saying thank you, this is also my way of giving you the dismissal. That being said, thank you for watching. Goodbye and good night. Bang!